سبيل مريح تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح. سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح. سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح.
These are two of my favorite ways of creating content, because when I came up with this one idea, okay, if I start implementing, even for sharing, I just wanted to implement like, how will this start benefiting me? And to be very honest, if you start implementing these two ways, again, they're both too connected with each other. If you just start implementing it right away, my whole goal is like you should be implementing it. And the moment you start implementing it, you are going to have a magical experience on your end. That being said, welcome to this video. Without wasting time, we'll just dive into two genius ways of creating content slash assets for your online courses. Point number one, I'll write for you. Hang on. I am going to write it for you. First is go into the cap.p.s.m.r. Okay, so that is what the word looks like. Camp Smithers. Let me. Okay, that's the word. Okay, and every word has got an abbreviation. It's like an abbreviation. This is got an abbreviation. Okay. Okay, this has got an abbreviation. Anyways, what I was saying, this has got an abbreviation. Anyways, this has got an abbreviation. C stands for core, A stands for area. If you want to create course on, for example, let me take an example on like calligraphy. Let's take a smaller example of calligraphy, like teaching people or teaching students calligraphy from scratch. Okay, so if your course is, the first course is, okay, what are the tools I should be using? Okay, for calligraphy, tools for calligraphy is the core area. We put that into the core area subtopic, the macro element that we'll talk about. Next, the P stands for problems. Now, when we talk about problems, like in core area, what are the challenges? What are the problems me as a beginner am going to face when I'm going to start investing in tools for calligraphy? Okay, what is the problem that I'm going to face? And likewise, list down maybe three to five potential problems that I might be facing. Okay, uh, specifically talking about calligraphy, beginners calligraphy, investing in the right tools, having the right mindset. How should I gain confidence? What paper should I be using? What time should I be allotting? What type of pens should I be investing in? How should I be holding it to write, and stuff like that. So we list on the problems of, okay, core area CAP, and for each area, each problem, you dissect each problem and open that into three different categories. What do you mean by three different categories? Open it into three different solutions. Each problem, three solutions. If I'm having difficulty in finding what tools to be using, okay. If I'm having difficulty in finding tools, what is the solution for it? You helping me with a solution. Like, go for this brand of a book, go for this canvas of a book, go for this paint of a book, go for these pens, or probably go to this website. You'll find, like, you are giving me with solutions. If I've got problem in choosing a specific, or if I'm having a problem in confident to even start it, like I don't know whether I'm good enough to write calligraphy. Like, if I'm having those challenges, what do? You come up with these, like, what do you have to do? Start solution one, solution two, solution two, solution one, solution two, solution two. That being said, M stands for the the last second M stands for method. What do you mean by method? M stands for method. When you give out a solution, okay, for example, I want to go from Chennai to Bangalore, okay, in a specific route, but there are different means to go to Bangalore. It's like if I want to go by road, okay, I can be going through route 1, route 2, route 3, route 4, route 5. Okay. If I want to go by train, there are like route 1, route 2, route 3. If I want to go by flight, route 1, route 2. If I want to go by bus, route 1, route 2, route 3. So these are like all the methods that can be incorporated within each problem, dissected into three solutions, divided into three methods. And each method is going to have a dedicated results. Like if I go by a specific route by car or by road, I reach with a different experience. If I go by two-wheeler, different experience. If I go by train, different experience. If I go with second route of train, different experience. If I go with flight, different experience. If I go by a flight which is linking Chennai to Bangalore through Hyderabad, different experience. So every method has a dedicated result. Okay. C A core area, P stands for problems, F stands for solutions, methods, and results. Now, going back to this slide over here, if you have to talk about method two is it's kind of similar to the previous one, but instead of P, we are using cats, Mr. Okay, CATS MR. Now, when I was creating this content, when I was working on this method myself, I found out a challenge I was personally facing. What was the challenge I was personally facing? I wasn't able to figure out what are the problems my audience is going to face. Like, okay, I don't know whether they face, I don't know what their problem facing. The cool hack that I say, okay, if I don't know exactly what they're facing, okay, I will come up with a different word altogether. Potential problems than you are facing. If I know, okay, I've got this expertise. You might be facing this problem. Like on the surface level, you don't know exactly, but then okay, you might potentially be facing. Based on that, you create content. So point number one hack is that. Now, point number two is even if you're having challenge figuring out problem or potential problems, the way that I adopted here is CS stands for the T. Here T stands for topics. Core area stays the same. Confident, for example, confident writing, calligraphic, that's thing. The T stands here for instead of problems, we talk about the topics. Okay, what are the topics that you might be interested to learn in? What are the things that you might expect myself? Which is like I in the morning I was having a conversation with one of the person who is selling Arabic calligraphy, and I was like, I'm interested in your calligraphy, and I was like, I want to buy a gift for a dear friend. Okay, bird is coming. So what I did, okay, what in this case you should be thinking from your expertise, what are the things that I might be expecting out of you? It might not be a potential problem, but what I might be wanting to learn from you is like one of the things that I have always faced when it comes to calligraphy. I haven't started learning it yet, but then how do you hold a pen? Either it's going to be like this because I have a habit of writing things like this. But when it comes to calligraphy, it's a different ballgame altogether. So like, how do you teach me that? So again, topic. S stands for again solutions for each topic. Come up with three solutions for each solution. Again, dissect that into three methods. Like if I hold it like this, I've got a different method of doing it. If I hold it in this way, there's a different method. If I hold it probably like this, different method. There are so many methods of doing one thing. If you know, if I want to know two plus two, if I want to get the answer four, I can add one four times. I can add two times. I can add one plus three. I can add 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01. I can add any number, probably 0.25, 0.15 plus whatever that is. There are 1,000 methods to do a specific thing. So point being, core area, problem/topics, then dissect that into three solutions, divide them into three methods, and it comes to the dedicated result. Now, this when I started implementing this myself, I got tremendous results, like insane amount of results. It's just a matter of following that brainstorm. You just have to squeeze in your muscle memory that you've grown over a period of time based on your experience, based on your expertise, based on your skills, the way you have learned it. Plus, it is going to give, it's not just going to help you generate content ideas, but then it's also going to give you a leverage on how clear are you with a specific given topic. That brings us to the conclusion of this video slash podcast. Thank you so much for being a part of this topic and making me and the topic about it today. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you in another cool little video.
ويبرأ جروح الكسير الجريح وينشط ذاك السقيم العليل.